Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We have some more updates here. I'm going to have a discussion with Peter the Insider, and this is Disclosures. So without any further delay, we're going to get right into it and welcome in Peter the Insider. Hello, Peter.
Hello. So I don't know, to be perfectly honest, where even should I start, because such many stuff is going on parallel, all together, and it's mixing, and it's causing tremendous amounts of side effects. Let us call it bad effects, and it is because of synergy. That means two or more, in the praxis, in the reality, three or more causes. They are making, not for example like 3, so 100, that means 300, but I don't know, like 5, maybe 600% or whatever. As I like to say it very short and shortened. Synergy, that means 1 plus 1 equals 3. So as you said, without any further delays, it's so complicated, it's so complex. Maybe you've got certain topics, certain things you want to talk about, because I know you are doing tons of research, what's all around us, what is happening, whatever. So I think in this very specific and complicated, touchy situation, it will be the best way how to not only start, but technically how to go through all the show. Once you will ask me, and I will try to do my best to answer your question from the position, once I will be not someone who is giving the info, no, who is providing info respectively, but from the position of someone who is hearing the show and who wants to comprehend as much info as he can or she can, sorry for that, ladies, or the way how to comprehend, that mean how to get the people the info, and how to make some solid on one hand, but easiest from the other hand, easiest picture, if we want to call it that way.
Okay, so, we started off the conversation earlier, and we're looking at, a general rollout throughout the planet. And my question to you was, is there one nation that is not locked down or is not being, shut down because of the virus? And, there's definitely, it's very widespread. We talk a lot about the Western world and Eastern world, but it looks like it's affecting the entire world. And you pointed out that a lot of the information I brought up was kind of the outcome, but not the source or the core issue of what's going on. And I agree, because these are the results of something which was a cause. And so, we started talking, I asked you about this 5G that they're putting on in these school systems. And then you said, let's talk about it. So you start wherever you want to start, Peter.
That's the clear consequence. Because once you spread something, it absolutely doesn't matter what we will be talking about. But still, let's talk about COVID-19. Okay, coronavirus, SARS. Official abbreviation is SARS, SARS-CoV-19. That's official, abbreviation. The people who doesn't believe me, that you can check on the internet. It's very effective weapon. No people, not because the amount of infected world, respectively Earth inhabitants, is rising rapidly. That numbers of deaths are rising rapidly. No. The most perfect weapon, because this is definitely next level biological chemical warfare, right? This is next level. This has one very solid, very easy, see-throughable, if we want to call it that way, purpose. Nobody, of course, some people are following the rules and other ones not. But let us talk about the ideal situation, that no one's respectively, only in very necessary situation, people will get out of the houses, respectively flats, whatever. They can do whatever, but practically whatever they want. And they are misusing, sorry, my bad, official authorities, so technically people, they are working for governments all around the world, right? Police, I don't know, like army. So technically that means, okay, that's nothing but they, with capitals, the hierarchy enslaving you. They are misusing the whole situation for installing 5G. Most of our listeners, practically all of our listeners, will be like, hey, what is the insider talking about? 5G is installed for I don't know, practically 70, maybe 80% of the world. Yes, believe me or not, in Africa too, I don't know, in Asia, in those wild parts of the Asia. No, people, no. I am not talking about 5G for civil purposes, because technically it's normal transceivers and transmitters. Sorry for that. They shouldn't necessarily be on the ground. They can do it via satellites, right? No, I am talking about 5G for 1, 2, 3. This is extremely important for military purposes. And military purposes using 5G can practically, how can I say that, cook your brain, respectively tune your brain down to some sort of zombie, if you want to call it that way. It is not good. It is very bad. Everything wrong, all wrong, as it is phrase in English language. But if you want to hear the truth, that's the situation why they are doing that.
Is it partially, it's not mind control, they're just trying to really remove the thinking human from being able to see what's going on around them.
Technically, to zombies, but being alive, and that's it. That they will technically, it will be some, as I like to say, death switch. You know, they simply will just turn everything up. Sorry, my bad. Turn everything on. You know, they will everything what they want, and then turn everything off, and then people will be, what the heck happened? That's what's their plan. Mm-hmm.
So that's how they can herd everybody, control everyone.
But technically, I mean, you are right only on 50%. And do you know why? Because once you don't know what you are doing, will it be hurting something or somehow someone? Sorry, my bad. No, because you are doing something being unconscious. You don't know what you are doing, what you will be doing. Sorry.
And they're particularly targeting children. They're installing them in all of the schools.
And yes, you are absolutely right, and I will tell you exactly why. Because children are most sensitive one, and they are, as I like to say, as it is like to say or named, modulable. So you know you can make some sort of bend. Do you know what I mean? You can bend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They've been
especially
working on that all, for years.
yeah, exactly. As they were doing the same stuff in sorry, during Cold War. Yeah, of course. It doesn't matter if we are talking about Western world, you know, leading with US and UK, and Eastern world leading with USSR, former USSR and China. It is the same story, same crazy story, because this is really crazy story. I mean, experiments on humans are bad, really bad. But if we are talking about adults, but experiments on children, and especially underage, I am talking like under teenagers, so technically like 11 to 12 years and younger. And I saw such crazy videos, video footages, as that was like what the heck, are you serious? That was it. That was absolutely crazy. And that was the stuff. Those ice cold eyes of those scientists and doctors, and they were not calling them by names, by first names, only alphanumerical strings nonsense. I don't know, like test subject AB12C or whatever. I was like, what the heck?
Who are these scientists? Who are they? That's during the Cold War?
Yeah, scientists during Cold War, but the stuff is that all of those most excellent scientists during Cold War, especially in US, they were not from United States. They were from Nazi Germany.
Right.
Believe it or not, but that's the truth.
I was looking at, I think it's called Silent Swim. It's a cartoon, and it's supposed to be an adult cartoon, but they have children depicted as being tied up and like some kind of creature kind of cutting off their face. I mean, just like really like very blatant warning to what they want to do.
Yes, you are right. It was absolutely the same as, for example, in MSL, Monarch Security. Sorry, my bad. Monarch Security Limited or Monarch Solutions Limited. They are using both names, and it was absolutely the same crazy ass thing as they were doing with their children, right? Respectively teenagers. You know, once it was shocking therapy, and I was like, really shocking, right? uh, After, because the, how can I say that, the hearts, they were bumping really fast, like almost to that fast. You know, blood pressure, adrenaline, whatever. And no, I am not kidding this. No, people, I am not a perf. They were forcing them to have how can I call that politely, simply dirty sexual stuff. And after that, that was first step. And after that, they were using water canoes. Do you know, like they are Protestants, you know, and the police, respectively the army, they can't um, get Protestants to some sort of normal state of behavior. So they are using those water canoes, and they were doing that. Of course, they were naked on underground, some sort. I don't want to say it was like that, but it looks very similar to underground parking lot, you know. And they were doing something like that for the whole Cold War. Technically, it is not like that, because they started to do it in the edge of 1940s, respectively early 1950s, and they are doing it till nowadays. But officially, they stopped to do it in the very early 1990s. You know, and many other stuff, but I was like, what the heck, this is nonsense. It's, you know, it's like, yeah. And this is it. Once those people, they will be, sorry, they are attacked uh, from a very early young age. They simply are not people as, how can I call it, fully comprehensible people. They are only children, and they, I don't know, they are not normal, nice fairy tales, you know, about, I don't know, insects, not insects in bad way, but you know what I mean, like nice
Butterflies and all that stuff.
butterflies and
Yeah.
rolls, all kind of those stuff. You know, or I don't know, like someone on the, how can I say that, the ranchers, they like their horses, their dogs, or whatever, simply something what is good, you know. And as I like to say, what is warming their souls, small innocent souls. No, now those nowadays fairy tales, only violence, video games, violence, from all around the corner, as I like to say. uh, how can I say that, world is over sexualized, the porn or whatever, and that's the problem. Once we, sorry, not we, but I mean they, technically the hierarchy enslaving you, so I am talking about them, we, right? Once that's their strategy, they are killing the soul, this innocence, so sorry, the people's, normal people's soul, even in the innocence. So
Right.
what the hell, How the hell we want to be next generation normal people once the soul is killed? Once,
I
once violence, they are considering something normal. Once, how can I call it? Uh, have even kissing, not erotic way, or of course, uh, being something intimate. No, they are considering violence, erotic, like hardcore porn, whatever. Like they are considering as something normal. No, those people will be not normal once they get adult. Sorry, once they are children. No, they everything all wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Everything
then they
wrong.
grow up and influence another generation. But there's so many that have been my labs and have memories of
Yes,
this stuff
yes,
that
yes, yes.
it's so upsetting. But so this hierarchy that has been oppressing us, this is what everyone's been waiting for. They're saying, we're willing to stay in our homes to, stock up and survive a bit if we know that the ones that have been oppressing us for, knows how long it's been, are being taken in. And so then we had that discussion.
But for example, this is happening in Western world countries. So technically, in how can I call it, former, also called traditional capitalistic countries. Because and I am not kidding you. In also called behind Iron Curtain countries, we strictly prohibited to install 5G, for example. No, sorry, we've got 5G, but for common using only. That means civil using only. Our governments, we strictly prohibited to install 5G for military purposes too. We strictly prohibit that.
So then
And
why is it happening in the US?
in the US and in Western Europe, you know, I need to tell it very strictly and straight. Contract with the devil. Technically, with them, the hierarchy, enslaving you.
So yeah, and we're expecting them. I haven't made a contract with the devil, and neither
No,
have
no,
a lot of
no.
other
Once
people in the
again, once
US
again,
or Europe.
no, no. I'm talking about the government. That's the reason why people in Eastern Europe don't have such good, let us tell it, high life standard. Why? That's the reason why our people have much lower wages. Why technically our authorities, everything, it doesn't work well or whatever, because we refuse to do stuff they forced to do. But technically, it wasn't like that they forced, because people, and I don't want to say people, official authorities, governments in Western world, in Western Europe, sorry for that, in US, in Canada, something, or in other parts of the world, I don't know, in Aussie land, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Japan, they were naive. Okay, to be perfectly honest, no, they don't want to bet, I don't know, low life standard for people or for their people. No, but they don't know what they signed technically. Okay, and our people, technically in my homeland, in Czech and Slovak Republic, and technically all other countries from behind Iron Curtain previews, right? It felt in 30 years ago. Sorry for that. Our life there was a mess. I mean, it sucks. Now we've got, even now, after 30 years, we've got lower, much lower, much worse standard, life standard. But you've got what you've got, but for which price? And it is not about blaming common people or whatever. No, it is not like that. It was
But the
simple.
universe doesn't work that way. It doesn't punish thousands of people for one person's decision. It just doesn't work that way.
Okay, I will tell you something what maybe you don't want to hear or what you don't like to hear. It is like that. It is like that because, for example, once I talked about, with very first ones, and the very first ones created everything. And I asked them, okay, but that's not true. That's bad. About not only Earth, but many other provinces, if we want to call it that way, in our universe or another context on contexts of existence, and that was the true. The truth. That was their answer.
So no, the answer is you get rid of the ones that made the deal with the devil because we shouldn't have to pay for it.
But that was
That's simple.
But I just wanna say you something, okay? The people, once you are naive and you don't have any goddamn clue what you are doing because you want to do your best, and you were tricked. It wasn't you want to do bad stuff. You were tricked. It is, for example, outside China mainland, okay? Very easy with coronavirus, with COVID, except China mainland. Why so many people are infected and getting infected from day to day, and simply they are getting dead and dead, in Italy, because they very underestimate the whole situation. And why it's not not that bad in other countries, because they learn from Italy, they learn from their mistake, it is not so complicated.
No, I mean I get that. So I mean we're looking for solutions. We're not going to just sit here and wait for someone to just slowly torture us to death and wait for them to burn out the brains of all our children. And even though I don't have any more children, I have one, but in my opinion, all children should be protected and defended. And so on behalf of all of them,
I will tell you something,
right?
but you simply get to my idea. So sorry for that. You interrupted me. We got sorry. We ACIO got backup plan. I don't want to talk about
That's what
that.
I want to hear.
I don't want to talk about that because this is not investigation, because we investigated everything. But let us call it the process in progress, because once we will only do something or whatever, no, that will be only an investigation. No, we got to the solution, but it is a process in progress. It's official name for it. Once you will be in police or whatever, or in the army, right? So I don't want to make it more precise, but it will not happen. But we need to do to get them into certain point, and then bam, we will strike. But we don't, we not didn't, we shouldn't make it precise, more precise, because the whole operation, we technically, I will jeopardize my
Right.
operation,
Yeah.
sorry,
No,
my
we don't want
our
to do that.
operation, and I
Yeah.
don't want to do it, right? I don't want to jeopardize the operation.
What is the best way that our listeners can support the shift? Because obviously there is a takeover, there is a system that wants to destroy the Western world. What is the best way that we can protect ourselves?
You are not 100%ly right, because this system, not system, let us call it evil power or evil, what is it, even phenomenon, evil phenomenon, let us call it
Right.
that way,
Okay.
because system, it's something less complex than phenomenon, right? Because we've got, I don't know, like things, beings, system, or I don't know, like inside the system there can be, I don't know, like context of existence or whatever, but everything of that we can call it one in one world, in one, sorry, one, two, three, in one word, one single word, phenomenon. So uh, we are there, and we still are. I'm talking about we in ACIO. We are playing it smart, and we still there from the very beginning. Eh, we've got a backup plan, but I don't want simply, I
Right.
don't want to talk about that, because that will be jeopardizing of the whole plan. And
Yeah.
of course, once I'm not stupid ass crazy suicider, I don't wanna be more specific about that.
Right. No, that's fine. And my understanding was that the ACIO is well, particularly the Council of Five. There's a non-involvement issue, but allowing us to have an knowledge about what's going on. And
It's
it,
very easy. It's very easy technically. Whatever you are into, someone is into meditation, and another one is into, I don't know, like praying, or I don't know, whatever. Someone will make isolation those people. How can I say it? Um they are calling themselves, eremites. You know what I mean? Like the solitaires, they are getting themselves for, I don't know, like they are just drinking whatever or whatever, water or whatever, and then nothing. So if you think that that will be something useful, just go for it. Now, as I think that I mentioned it in previous show too.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to help, then bam, go for it. This is the time.
This is the time to do something. That's what I was feeling.
Yep.
Like it's almost like it's pivotal. Okay, it's a virus, but this is going a little too far because we've had viruses before. Um, but I think the destruction of the financial system, which I think a lot of people feel it's going to help us. I'm not sure. I think it would be complete devastation, in my opinion. But I know
Yeah,
there's
but
people
we need to.
disagree with me.
Yes, you are right. But let us talk about what will be, financial system, because if we are talking about
Big problems here.
monetary, 1, 2, 3 monetary system. If we are talking even what is good, should we be okay with monetary system, because this is not like we need to get rid of the monetary system. Okay, we need to like wipe out fiat money, but okay, do you really believe that there is only fiat money as a monetary system, fiat money just for people who don't know 100%. That means money system you need to pay with either banknotes or coins, right? This is
Right.
definition of fiat money. Then I don't know, like another substitution. Sorry for that. For fiat money, right? Because there are plenty of them, but it's more complicated to get. Then some sort of mixture, very weird mixture, but from our experiences from another civilizations, another no civilizations respectively, races all around
The world.
all around the universes.
Okay.
Because this is not only one, I mean our universe, but you know, like another universes too. It's some sort of mixture with non-fiat money monetary system and barter system. So I don't know, like goods for goods, goods for goods, and service for service, or whatever, something like that. But the stuff is that we don't know, and that's the stuff, because we really don't know if it will work for us. I mean, for people.
Right. Right. I mean, we're no longer in that village scenario where, you know, everybody's living there. You know, either you need bread, or you need cheese, or you need you know, transportation or something like that. And in that case, years ago, that the trade system, the barter system, worked perfectly. But our world is much more complex now. The way that people live.
I don't think it is so. It is so bad.
How would I, you know, purchase the ability to take a plane or something like that? I mean, you know, make 20 dozen loaves of bread, or I mean, what do you do?
No, it is nothing complicated. For example, I will get 2 caribous for mooses. I don't know how many. I don't know. For example, just like 50 pounds of whatever, some sort of vegetables or whatever. Then I will get the gas for scooters, snow scooters, whatever. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It will be not so easy, of course, not so easy.
For some people, it would be almost impossible, because if you don't have any land, you can't grow anything, and so you have to figure out.
But you can still hunt. You can still hunt. Everywhere in the world you can hunt.
Not really in the city. What are you going to hunt? Rodents? I mean, what do you have there?
No, I'm just saying you that it is working, but it is, of course, it is not on Earth, but people, they are living outside of Earth, and it is working. It is working. It is, if it doesn't matter that you don't necessarily need to have to trade good. You can trade service. I don't know, like maintaining some sort of machines, or or simply watching out for a house or whatever. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It looks very complicated, but once it's get to implementation, that means to get into praxis, it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Yeah, I don't feel that it doesn't translate well for cities and for a lot of large population areas. in my opinion. I mean, I could see it working in a village or a farming area where, and then here again,
I'm
if
just saying,
I mean, it's just, I'm having a hard time seeing how realistic, and I know that it worked, but because we switched this system years ago, in order to figure out what the value of what is, and I don't know, it's very complex, Peter, if to make that work.
to be honest, I in this situation I need to disagree with you, because once again, it doesn't matter. For example, okay, I need to do something. I want gas, or I don't know. I want something to eat, bread or vegetables or meat or whatever. Okay, but it doesn't necessarily matter. I it should be equal, 100% equal. But for me, why the heck not? Just watch out for my house. Watch out to not to in order to prevent to steal my car or whatever, and it will be okay. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's nothing complicated.
Yeah, but you're an honest person, and you'd probably be fair. That's not always going to be the case. I mean, we can. This is a whole discussion by itself. But yeah, and so all right. So the money system is in a very difficult, which is going to create tension for people, and if people don't have food, then it escalates into something else as well. And so even if people are worried about getting sick, their need for food is going to override that and may cause some other problems. So now you have a military presence in the cities because they're expecting that, right?
Yep, that's right.
So, and we saw how people were getting scared and they were buying huge bulks of food. And I know, like years ago when I started doing radio, believe it or not, they were selling like freeze dried food or dehydrated foods for like Patriots. They call it Patriots or whatever, and they loosely called it Patriots because they would buy all this stuff and go and have bunkers and little places where they can kind of survive essentially for something like this.
That's true. That's
But
true.
I was hearing about this years ago. I mean, I don't know when I started. I want to say maybe 7 years ago, maybe, that I started doing radio. Yeah, I mean, it's been a topic for a long, and probably before then. I know people who have bunkers. You know what I mean? I know people that have, but at this point, how do you even get there? If you're in one location and then you have to go to another. So, like, what we're trying to figure out is that how to better prepare people, because, like you said, if there was soul selling, if they sold out to the devil and thought they were going to take the whole nation down with them, then that's not right. I think that people.
But once again, they did that, but not I mean willingly. But how can I say that? They were naive and they don't know. Don't not know. I don't want to say they don't know, but they just want good standards to the people. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I mean, whatever whoever these people are, like I said, there's a lot of innocent people, thousands and millions of innocent people that didn't know what was going on or didn't have a say because they've been oppressed. And so I think those are the ones that I'm concerned about. The other ones, they have a destiny with the universe that they're going to have to answer for. But these other ones, that they need our help. And so those are the ones that I'm concerned about, and I just want to give them some support, give them some ideas. What's the best thing? I mean, and I know that you're limited on what you can say, but if there's anything that you can say that helps the people, the listeners that have been trying to do the right thing, have been there all along, and, had, didn't feel like they had much say in the government, didn't have much to say in any way, that they just have a chance.
No, I know. I'm just saying that they were soul selling in order, once again, to make good, respectively better life level for people. Because, for example, in my part of the world, where is my homeland, people were very poor through
Yeah,
all the time.
I
It was
know.
not only, I don't know, like for 40 or 50 years. I mean, last 40 or 50, technically it is like 70 or 80 years. No, it was even through the Hungarian, respectively Hungarian Austrian Empire. It was absolutely crazy. And people in Western world, like in French Empire, in German Empire, people were living, as I like to say, dolce vita. Everything was good. I mean, of course, there were bad times too there, but in comparison, it was, we've got everything was wrong, all wrong,
Throughout the history of humanity, there have been points where the whole planet suffered. I
Yeah,
mean
that's
that
true.
that Spanish flu was I mean it wiped out a huge amount of people.
Approximately 40 millions of people. That was approximately the same as people killed in during Second World War. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Yeah, yeah.
Right. And then it's at the point where you see all these children that were orphaned because the parents died, or it was a huge population of children. So it's like they did a reset, restarted the population of the earth.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And do you know why I'm telling this to you? Because this is no, I don't want to say this, but it is very similar. It is very similar, the whole situation now in the world, that, as you said, the population was reset. Try to look at that in also called Arabic Spring. Yeah, so um, North Africa, the Middle and Far East, and for example, Ukrainian war, so many young people, children and young people, technically nobody can care about. Technically, once they will leave, they will end up in out of nowhere, practically, and nobody. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of very similar situation. You are right.
yeah, the children are kind of
The lost generation, also called.
right, and so that they can be molded too.
Yep.
And because that whatever traditions that their family had, they're cut off from it, and they barely understand what actually it was all about. So then
Not
they just
barely,
adapt.
not barely. They don't. Absolutely, they have no goddamn clue. No, no.
Well, Peter, I mean it, and I don't want to bring up a sensitive topic, but in your country, I mean, what I've heard, or Eastern Europe, is that the people don't even remember what like their cultural food is anymore because they've been taken over so many times that they've adapted the
But
foods.
you are absolutely right. People in Slovak Republic and Czech Republic, absolutely the same stuff. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so you take on, whatever the
Yes.
oppressive
Yes. Yes.
nation is that.
For example, uh, for example, our national food, halushki. That means gnocchi, knox, right? It is not from my region. It's from help me. Uh,
Poland or
no, give me a second. That's the name. uh, when Dracula was from
Romania.
yeah,
Romania?
from Romania, but what's the name? Uh,
Transylvania?
Transylvania, yeah, from Transylvania. Transylvania, it's technically historic part of Romania, but technically it's on the uh, on the border between Romania. It is like 70 or 75% of Romania and Moldova. Yeah, the rest is on Moldova. Yeah, you are right.
And so then your their culture was
Because it
overriding
is
your
mixed.
culture.
Because it is mixed. Because
Yeah.
it is mixed. You know, also called Valashi. You know, they was original from down there, and they migrated, and they, their culture was not our normal culture. They just simply pastured. They close feeds the sheeps, in a huge, I don't know, like few hundreds, maybe thousands of it was absolutely crazy, such amounts. And that was it. Very simple food, but good. I mean, it tastes very good. And that was it, because we don't know, we don't have, we were extremely poor, because uh, how can I say that, like uh, like for us, the meal, we don't have meal in the time. It was like for almost 300 years, no meal. Technically, people were so poor that instead of meal, they got uh, coats. I mean, like rinds from how can I say that, from trees instead of meal. People were so poor. 70, maybe 80% of people in Czech and Slovak Republic, they were so poor. It was absolutely crazy. And they were this in Czech Republic. No, they don't like it so much, but in Slovak Republic it was very, very, very popular. This Nox, this halušky, it was very popular. But that was this technically national food is food of power people. They suffered of poverty. That's true.
Yeah. And I think that's here again, it's like what happens when something like that is going on, and it's not good for anyone.
Yeah, that's
The
not.
the reset for humanity, is this from who is kind of behind this, or in influencing this
That's it.
reset?
You don't believe, but this is it. Higher power, higher powers. Simply someone refuse to, and this is not they refuse because they were smart. They simply don't believe. They simply don't believe. They simply like, this is really this that good. They simply, how can I say that? They simply think that, aha, but this is tricky, we don't want to do this, and this is not, oh, I don't know, like between first and second world war or after second world war. No, I'm talking about the times of monarchs, of kings. Do you know what I mean? Like hundreds years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is technically the reason why there are they were colony superpowers,
And all
also
the things
called.
that got humanity in trouble
Yes,
is
yes,
when we
yes,
started
that's
to
true.
colonize,
But
and
but
it
for but for example, Hungarian and the Hungary Austrian Empire, we've got no single one colony, nothing, and that's the reason why we were so. I don't want to say we. Sorry. Most of our people, we've got huge poverty. extremely crazy. Extremely crazy.
So
Yeah.
that this is, well, we talked about this. We haven't talked about it publicly because we have the history of the ACIO, and part of it discusses where we started getting attention in a negative way from the Intergalactic Council is
Yeah.
because we started
That's true.
to
That's
enslave
true.
and oppress people. And that was one big issue. Like you said, the colonies were an issue. And so we've committed a lot of those like galactic crimes on the planet, and they don't allow it to happen on other civilizations, so
You
it
are
can't
right.
happen here
You
either.
are
Yeah.
absolutely right.
So this is the part where people need to understand why some of these things are happening, and so then we can shift and understand, because this is part of growth, of conscious growth. If we have an understanding.
Yes, because for example, many people are pointing at Germans right now. For example, that no, they are not fascists, they are Nazis. Even that's the problem. But those people's problem, they don't know the difference between being a Nazist and being fascist. Is technically the same. I will not watch my language. The same bullshit as someone will tell communist and socialist. It's the same, because it's definitely not the same, just for official record. And this is it. That
Yeah.
was very bad. They did evil thing, but because of that, we learn from mistake, from their mistake. Sorry. And
Yeah.
we will not, at least I believe that we will not do the same crazy mistake again, ever.
Right, and the German people are nice people. They're not in charge of everything, and a lot of them, were vulnerable. But
I know, and I
yeah,
will tell you something. First, in the Hitler wasn't German in the first place.
correct. Yes,
He
it's
was
Austrian.
he was born in Austria.
Hmm.
From his father's side, he got ancestors from, believe me or not, but from Slovak and Republic too. And he was one from his mother's side. He was 1/4 Hebrew. This is
Yeah,
absolutely crazy. And no, I don't want to say nobody, but many people don't know about that. So it's absolutely like quite a paradox. It's
but he was
absolutely.
also heavily mind controlled and used.
No, no, not used, misused.
Yeah, misused
But
because
I know, yeah,
But we
absolutely.
talked about this too earlier about people that have very charismatic personalities, and those are the ones that are targeted to be used to influence large masses of people with their personality. But then they mind controlled and manipulate them so that it creates an agenda. But we even see this with disclosures. Some of the personalities are very prominent, and but
Yes, they are
yeah,
also called
influence.
whistleblowers, celebrities, some sort
Yeah,
of.
or influencers too.
Yeah, more actual, more modern term. Yes, you are right. Yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
that's the misuse that people have. Some people are very charismatic. They just have a talent for getting the attention of a lot of people. But don't you're not supposed to misuse your power. And look at how that caused. It drew in a lot of attention from the intergalactics. That these different crimes that are happening. But it's not just Hitler. It was a lot of different things that have happened on the planet, right?
But hey, was Napoleon any better than him? I mean, than Hitler? No, goddamn not.
Wasn't who?
Napoleon.
Napoleon, yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
definitely not.
Same, yeah, same kind of nonsense. And
Absolutely.
and we're in this scenario right now with our celebrities got us in a lot of trouble, in my opinion.
Yes, just tell me, how is it possible that someone who is, I don't know, 22, 23 years old, and how many tens, maybe 100 millions of people are following them, or either on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and they are simply get them crazy about how they are, I don't know, making their makeups, or combing them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
they're
napping.
stealing from the consciousness of humanity.
I was like, what the heck? How is
Yeah,
that? How is that even possible? This is
because
nonsense.
then
This
people
is
go into a very superficial. The entities support that because they know people will become very superficial and are narcissistic and everything contrary to what the human experience is.
absolutely 100% right. Yep.
So there's
And
a lot of things. I mean, this is something for us to. This is an opportunity for us to grow, and I think taking ownership for the things that we have done wrong, clearing it, resolving it, in a conscious way, because each one of us have done things. This is not a confessional, by the way, but it's just like a place to start, and then you have the ear of the universe of, I want the world to be a better place in that, normal exchange of kindness to one another. It's a perfect opportunity to help out others, and by learning about what's going on, people sharing information. A lot of this information I get, Peter, a lot of people send this to me. We have so many people that have their awareness of what's going on. They know that there's something wrong and they want to warn other people. And we've got some really great people that care, and it's amazing. It's absolutely
yeah,
amazing.
and I know, and I 100%ly agree with you. Yep.
Yeah, and you too, Peter. I mean, like, what, you and I can sometimes we have little issues. We agree or disagree, and that's fine. We can talk about it, but
But
it's
but
okay.
this is it, because once we will only agreeing with each other mutually, that will be the stuff that we made a deal, pre-ordered deal technically, and we will spread the nonsenses to the people. But this is it. It's absolutely normal that we've got right to have our own different opinions.
Right? Yeah.
Despite they are different only in very small amount of cases, but it's absolutely normal, I think.
It's more of honesty about, not just going along with a person just because you're trying to impress them, but it's more honest to say you disagree with them, but you still care. You don't want to disrespect them. You care about them, and you're willing to listen to their side of what their opinion is as well.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely, 100% sure. Yeah, yeah. You are right. Absolutely. So, I think that about okay, and I was like, I want to talk about something, and I completely lose idea, because we the whole show went so good. So technically, in the first place, okay, the because many mainstream, technically majority of mainstream media, no, that's fake news they are spreading, and all kind of those things. Fake news that COVID 19, so coronavirus, it's man-made. No, they are spreading fake news, because it's true. I mean, it's true that coronavirus is It's mass destruction biochemical weapon, and I definitely think it's new generation, new what new level of biochemical warfare.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
that's no doubt about that. At least from my point of view, definitely not. No, no. And that's the stuff because uh, I don't know why in Western world official authorities. I saw many videos and many video footages and photos of the technical trucks and small like vans or whatever. They are installing transmitters and transceivers, and I don't know how is that possible. I mean, like those governments or whatever, they simply are letting to do them. It's
There's something wrong. Like it's like someone's asleep at the wheel, and the car is driving, and everyone's like,
uh,
oh, "This is okay."
they are like, we've got all the time in the world, and this is not all the time in the
No.
world. It's like, not, as I like to say, not 5 minutes to the noon. It's quarter past noon. It's like, it's for me, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know what the heck should I think about all the
Yeah.
system.
Well, like I said, we have to all get into a place of personal prayer or meditation, something, and
Yes.
to shift the time, this timeline into its proper place. Because for many of us, people think, oh, we're just gonna all jump into 5D, and it's
Yeah.
it's not gonna work out that way. I mean, it has to be when humans become more
almost
human again.
mistaken. You almost mistaken
I called
5G.
it 5G, yeah, 5D. I meant
No,
5D.
it's. But do you know what? It's actually kind of funny. Just
That's right, Peter. I mean, I'm an English
little
speaker and I
accident,
screw up all the
little
time.
accident. It's little accident.
Right, right. So, anyhow, another day, another challenge. We're just gonna keep moving forward, Peter, and
Yeah, that's
we're,
true.
we're
That's
here. If we appreciate you coming in and supporting us and giving us the information we need, and we support you too, whatever the mission is that
yeah,
the
yeah.
ECIO is going to take. So
But I need, yeah, but thank you. But the last warning, warning. Um, Rather than do anything stupid, because from the whole show it should be like, no, you should do this or that. Don't, sorry, follow the official, what official authorities are saying. So follow to do this, because they will not hesitate to use, how can I call it, brutal force. Yeah. But the stuff is that once you will follow their, how we can call it, restrictions or whatever, nothing bad will happen, because once again, in former Eastern world countries, we didn't do anything bad, and nothing happened. I mean, no single sign of military purposes using 5G or whatever. But that's the stuff. That's the challenge, as I like to say now. Match, as it is in tennis. The match is on their side. I mean, on
it's in their
governments.
court. Yeah, it's in their court.
Yes, on their part of the court. Yes, of their side of the court. That will be their decision, if they will protect their people or not. But we've got some systems, some ways how to protect people, but I don't want to make it more specific because that will be, as I said, jeopardizing of the mission.
Right.
So I think that this is everything what I want to say for now. Thank you for being for providing me to being on your show again.
Sure. Peter, let's thank you again, and we appreciate your time. Everyone, thank you and have a good day. And keep listening. We'll try to continue providing information.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel, Jessica Ariel Morocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.